Hello, dear students. Welcome back to my class series on scientific foundations of health. Good health and its balance for positive mindset, part 4. That is class number 4 of this particular class series. So, in this class, I am explaining about health and psychology, mainly about the psychological health, the four components of psychological health, basic elements of psychology, healthy people, characteristics of psychologically healthy people, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, methods to improve as well as how to maintain good psychological health, psychological disorders, stress and health, stress management, and mindfulness for spiritual and intellectual health. Okay, so first topic, so this class is available in my YouTube channel, My Intuition. What is psychological health? There are the psychological health. It's actually the sum of how we think, how we feel, how we relate, and how it exists in our day-to-day lives. Means our thoughts, our perceptions, emotions, motivations, interpersonal relationships, and behavior are a product of our experiences and the skills we have developed to meet life's challenges. The psychology of health includes mental, emotional, social, and spiritual dimensions as indicated in the image. So, the psychological health is a complex interaction of mental, emotional, social, and spiritual dimensions of health. Possessing strength and resilience in these dimensions can maintain our overall well-being and help us weather the in the difficult times of our life. The basic elements of psychologically healthy people, the main components, one of them component is that they display these psychologically healthy people, they display some basic elements like they feel good about themselves. They are not typically overwhelmed by fear, love, anger, jealousy, or guiltiness, or any worries. They know who they are and how a realistic sense of their capabilities, and they respect themselves even though they realize that they are not perfect. They feel comfortable with other people, they respect others and have compassion. They enjoy the satisfying and lasting personal relationships and do not take advantages of others or enjoy or allow others to take advantage of them. They accept that they are others whose needs are greater than their own. They understand that others' needs are greater than their own and take responsibility for fellow human beings. They can give love, they consider others' interest, take time to help others, and respect personal differences. They are self-compassionate, kind and understanding of their own imperfections and weakness. They acknowledge their humanness. They are mindful of their problems in life and work to be the best that they can be, give their limitations and things they can't control. They are not self-abode or overly critical of themselves. They control attention and anxiety. They recognize the underlying causes and symptoms of stress and anxiety in their lives and consciously avoid irritational thoughts or hostility, excessive excuse making, and blaming others for their problems. They use resources and learn skills to control reactions to stressful situations. They meet the demands of life. They try to solve problems as they arise, accept the responsibility, and plan ahead. They set realistic goals, think for themselves, and make independent decisions. Acknowledging that change is inevitable, they welcome new experiences also. They curb hate and guiltiness. They acknowledge and combat the tendency to respond with anger, thoughtlessness, or selfishness, vigorfulness, or feelings of inadequacy. They do not try to knock others aside to get ahead, but rather reach out to help them. They maintain a positive outlook. Means they approach each day with a presumption that things will go well. They look to the future with enthusiasm rather than dread. Having fun and making time for themselves are integral parts of their lives. They value the diversity. They do not feel threatened by those of a different gender or religion or sexual orientation or race or ethnicity or age or even political parties. They are non-judgmental and do not force their beliefs and values on others. They appreciate and respect the world around them. They take time to enjoy their surroundings. They are conscious of their place in the universe and act responsibly to preserve their environment. That means thus psychologically healthy people possess very emotional, mental, social, and spiritual resiliency. Now, some of the characteristic of psychologically healthy people, they possess zest for life, spiritually healthy and intellectually thriving, a high energy, resilience, enjoys challenges, and they are focused, realistic sense of self and others, sound coping skills, open-minded, they adapt to change easily, sensitive to others and environment. They has a strong social support and healthy relationship with family and friends. So in order to achieve these characteristics which is mentioned here, okay, so in order to achieve these characteristics, any of these characteristics of psychological health, we must meet certain basic human needs. To that, in 1960s, the human theorist Abraham Maslow, he developed a hierarchy of needs that is to describe this idea. Means at the bottom of this hierarchy, there are basic survival needs such as food, sleep, and water. And the next level, the second level, it is a security needs such as shelter and safety. At the third level, that is social needs, it's a sense of belonging and affection. And the fourth level are esteem needs, self-respect and respect for others. And at the top are the need for self-actualization and self-transcendence. Okay, so this I took from the reference of A.H. Maslow published one. So according to Maslow's theory, person's needs must be met at each of these levels before he or she can be truly healthy. Failure to meet needs at a lower level will interfere with a person's ability to address higher level needs. For example, someone who is homeless or worried about threats from violence will be unable to focus on fulfilling social esteem or actualization of the needs. Now, the methods to improve the psychological health or how to maintain psychological health, both comes almost the same meaning, but I differentiated it. So it is important to take care of ourselves and get the most from the life. Talk about our feeling. Talking about our feeling can help us stay in good mental health and deal with the times when we feel troubled. Talking about our feeling is not a sign of weakness. It is a part of taking charge of our well-being and doing what we can to stay healthy. Second point, that is keep active. Yeah, the experts believe that exercise releases the chemicals in our brain that make us feel good. That feel good chemicals will be released. Regular exercises can boost our self-esteem and help us concentrate, sleep, and feel better. Exercising does not just mean doing the sports or going to the gym. Even walking, gardening, or housework can also keep you active or keep us active. Experts say most people should do about minimum 30 minutes exercise at least 5 days a week. That means try to make a physical activity that we enjoy as part of our day. Then eat well. There are strong links between what we eat and how we feel. For example, the caffeine and sugar can have immediate effect, but food can also have a long lasting effect on our mental health. Our brain needs a mix of nutrients to stay healthy and function well, just like other organs in our body. Keep in touch. A strong family ties and their supportive friends can help us deal with the stress of life. Friends and family can make us feel included and cared for. They can offer different views from whatever going on inside our own head. They can help us active, keep us grounded, and help us solve practical problems. Ask for help. None of us are superhuman. We all sometimes get tired or overwhelmed by how we feel or when things go wrong. If things are getting too much for us, we feel we cannot handle it, then we need to ask for help. Our family or friends may be able to offer practical help or a listening here. Take a break. A change of scene or a change of pace is good for our mental health. It could be a 5 minutes pause from the routine work, household routine work, or a half an hour lunch break at work, or a weekend exploring somewhere new places. A few minutes can be enough to de-stress us. Give ourselves some time. Listen to our body. If you are really tired, give ourselves time to sleep. Without good sleep, our mental health suffers and our concentration goes downhill. Sometimes the world can wait, so we need to take required break. Do something we are good at. Enjoying ourselves helps beat the stress. Doing an activity we enjoy probably means we are good at it, and achieving something boosts our self-esteem. Concentrating on a hobby like gardening or the crossword can help us forget our worries for a while and change our mood. An hour of sketching or drawing or writing or any other activity, let us express our self creativity. A morning on the playground will get us active and make us active and give us the chance to meet new people. So these are different ways of doing which we are good at. Accept who we are. Some of us make people laugh. Some are good at maths. Some others cook a fantastic meal. Some of us share our lifestyle with the people who live close to us. Others live in a very different way. We all are different. It is much healthier to accept that we are unique than to wish us were more like someone else. Feeling good about ourselves boosts our confidence to learn new skills. We have to visit new places and make new friends. Good self-esteem help us handle the situations when life takes a difficult turn. Next one, care for others. Caring for others is often an important part of keeping up relationships with the people close to us. It can even bring us closer together. Why not share our skills more widely by volunteering for a charity work or helping out can make us feel needed and valued, and that boosts our self-esteem. It also helps us see the world from another angle that can help to put our own problems in perspective. How to maintain good psychological health? It has got the same connection with the previous topic. Some of the tips to boost our mental health, like track gratitude and achievement with the journal. That means include minimum 3 things we were grateful for and 3 things we are able to accomplish each day. Start our day with a cup of green tea, because green tea consumption is linked to the lower rate of depression. Set up a getaway. It could be camping with the friends or a trip. The act of planning a vacation and having something to look forward can boost our overall happiness for up to 8 weeks. Then work your strength. Do something we are good to build self-confidence. Then tackle a tougher task. Keep it cool for a good night's sleeps. That means the optimum temperature for sleep, it is a normal room temperature. That means not too cool or not too hot. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step, says Martin Luther King Jr. Let me think of something in our life we want to improve and figure out what we can do to take a step in the right direction. Experiment with a new recipe, write a poem, paint, or try an interest project. Creative expression and overall well-being, they are all linked to each other. Show some love to someone in our life. The close quality relationships are key for a happy and healthy life. Boost brain power by treating ourselves to a couple of piece of dark chocolate, even a few days. It means the so-called the flavonoids or caffeine or theobromine in chocolate are thought to work together to improve alertness and mental skills. That means eating a chocolate once in a week will help us. 10th point, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you, say Maya Angelou. That means if you have a personal experience with mental illness or recovery, share with your friends and relatives. Check out what other people are saying about it. Then approach it with a positive mindset. Sometimes we don't need to add new activity to get more pleasure. We just need to soak up joy in the ones we have already got. Trying to be optimistic does not mean ignoring the clear side of the life. It just means focusing on the positive as much as possible. Feeling anxious, then have to take a trip down memory lane, do something coloring for about 20 minutes to help us clear our mind. Take time to laugh, hang out with the family, friends or funny friends, or watch a comedy or check out cute videos online. Laugh help reduce the anxiety too. Go off the grid. Go off the grid means leave our smartphone at home for a day. Disconnect from the constant email or alerts or other interruptions. Spend time doing something fun with someone face to face. Dance around while we do our housework. Not only will you get course done, but dancing reduce levels of the cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone, and also increases the endorphins. Endorphins are the body's feel good chemicals. uh, Go ahead and yawn. The studies suggest that yawning helps cool the brain and improves the alertness and mental efficiency. Relax in a warm bath once a week. That means trying the Epsom salt, which will soothe our aches or pains and help boost the magnesium level, which can be depleted by this stress. 18th point says, has something been bothering us, let it all out on paper. That means writing out the upsetting experience can reduce the symptoms of depression. 19th point says, spend some time with a furry friend. Furry friend, maybe time with animal lovers. The stress hormones, that is cortisol or the oxytocin will be boosted, which stimulates feeling of happiness. If you don't have a pet, hang out with a friend who does or volunteer at a shelter. Yes, go and spend time with a friend who is having a pet. 20th point, what lies before us and what lies behind us are small matters compared to what lies within us. And when you bring what is within without into the world, miracles happen. That said Henry David Thoreau. That means practice mindfulness by staying in the present. 21st point, be a tourist in our own town. Okay, we may not be knowing what is there in our town. Oftentimes, people only explore attractions on trips, but we may be surprised what cool things are in our own backyard. Try prepping our lunches or picking out our clothes for the work week. We will save some time in the morning and have a sense of control about the week ahead. Work some omega-3 fatty acid into our diet. They are linked to the decreased rate of depression and schizophrenia among their many benefits. We need to find out the food which are having more omega-3 fatty acid, and we have to include it in our diet. Practice forgiveness. Even if it is just forgiving that person who cut us off during our commute. People who forgive have better mental health and report being more satisfied with their lives. What appear to be calamities are often the sources of fortune. This rarely. That means try to find the silver lining in something kind of a prodigy that happened recently. Feeling stressed, then smile. It may not be the easiest thing to do, but smiling can help to lower our heart rate and calm us down. Send a thank you note, not for a material item, but to let someone know why we appreciate them. Written expressions of gratitude are linked to the increased happiness. Do something with friends and family. Means have a cookout or go to a park or play a game. People are approximately 12 times more likely to feel happy on days that they spend 6 to 7 hours with friends and family. Take 30 minutes to go for a walk in nature. It could be a stroll through a park or a hike in the woods. The research shows that being in nature can increase energy levels, reduce depression, and boost the well-being. Do our best to enjoy 15 minutes of sunshine and the sunlight. It synthesizes vitamin D, which the experts believe it is a mood elevator. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new, said by Albert Einstein. That means try something out of our comfort zone to make a room for adventure and excitement in our life. Some of the psychological disorders, the mental disorders include depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, or dementia, or even autism. We'll see one by one. Depression. Depression, it is characterized by the sadness, loss of interest or pleasure, feelings of guilt or low self-worth, disturbed sleep or appetite, tiredness, poor concentration. At its most severe depression, it can even lead to suicide also. There are also effective treatments. Mild to moderate depression can be effective treatment with therapies such as cognitive behavior therapy or psychotherapy. Uh, Antidepressants can be an effective form of a treatment for moderate to severe depression, but are not the first line of treatment for cases of. So what we can do to prevent depression? To prevent depression, we can find ways to handle stress and improve our self-esteem. Take good care of ourselves, that get enough sleep, eat well, and exercise regularly. Reach out to family and friends when times get hard. Get regular medical checkups. Get help if you think we are depressed. If you wait, it could be worse. Now, if you do have a depression, we can spend time with the family and friends, doing things that keep us connected to others. Then know ourselves, pay attention to the things that seems to make our symptoms worse. Keep notes and inform our therapist about it. We should not make a big life decision on the day when we are feeling down or we are feeling depressed. Stick with our treatment plan. If you are on medicine, take it as a prescribed, whether we feel good or not. Don't skip therapy sessions. Let our doctor know what is or which is not working for us. Avoid alcohol and that recreational drugs. It may seem like these make us feel better, but they can actually make it harder to treat our depressions. Try ways to fight stress like meditation and yoga. Talk to our therapist or doctor about medicine, and that can stop depression from coming back. The second one, that is bipolar disorder. It is typically consists of both the manic and depressive episodes or incidents separated by periods of normal mood. But the manic episode involves elevated or irritable mood, overactivity, rapid speech, inflated self-esteem, and a decreased need for sleep. People who have manic attack but do not experience depression episodes are also classified as having bipolar disorder. The effective treatment are available for the treatment of the acute phase of bipolar disorder and prevention of relapse. These are the medicine that stabilize the mood. Physical, psychological support is an important component of treatment. Uh, Okay, so second point, third one, that is schizophrenia and the other psychos. Schizophrenia, it is a severe mental disorder. Psychos, including schizophrenia, are characterized by distortion in thinking, perception, emotions, language, sense of self, and behavior. The common psychotic experience include the hallucination, like hearing or seeing or feeling something which are not there, or the delusions, that is fixed or false belief or suspicions that are firmly held even when there is contrary evidence for that. The disorders can make it difficult for people affected to work or study normally. The treatment with the medicine and psychological support is effective. With appropriate treatment and social support, these affected people can lead a productive life and can be integrated with the society. Then dementia. Dementia, it is a deterioration or in cognitive function, that is ability to process throughout beyond what might be expected from a normal aging. It affects the memory, thinking, orientation, comprehension or calculation, learning capacity, language, or even the judgment. Dementia, it is caused by a variety of diseases and injuries which affect the brain, such as Alzheimer's disease or the stroke. The proper medication and care and the encouragements can be used as a treatment for dementia. Then fifth one, that is the developmental disorder, which includes autism. The developmental disorder, it is an umbrella term which is used or covering the intellectual disability, which includes the autism. Autism, it might include the delayed language skill, delayed movement skill, delayed cognitive or learning skills, hyperactiveness, impulsive and or inattentive behavior, unusual eating and sleeping habits, the gastrointestinal issues like constipation, unusual eating and unusual mood or emotional reactions. Some of the common communication and interaction tips for autism includes you have to be patient with them, teach the person how to express anger without being too aggressive, be persistent but resilient, always stay positive, ignore irritating attention getting behavior, interact through physical activity, be affectionate and respectful, show our love and interest. Next one, that is stress and health. What is stress? Stress, it is our body's reaction to pressure from a certain situation or event. It can be a physical or mental or emotional reaction. We all deal with the stress at some point in our life. Maybe it is in our job or family illness or money troubles. These are our common triggers. Not all stress is bad. It can make us more aware of things around us and keep us more focused. In some cases, stress can give us a strength to do better. The causes of stress. Stress is different for different people. What stress us out may not even bother our best friend, and vice versa. Some of the causes of stress are being bullied, working too hard, losing a job, marriage or relationship problems, recent breakup or divorce, death in the family, difficulty in school, family problems, busy schedule, recent moves of ours, maybe a bad move, makes us to be stressed. Now, the stress management to maintain good health. Before that, I want to talk on the stress symptoms. Okay, stress symptoms, I missed it here. The stress symptoms, there are two types of stress we use, that uh, acute stress and chronic stress. Acute stress, it is something, I'm talking about stress symptoms. Sometimes the acute stress, sometimes we feel stressed for a short period of time. Usually it is nothing to worry about it. Like we are handling a class project, or we have to talk in front of a group of people, a seminar, or for example, these stresses can make our heart beat faster, make our breath rapidly, sweating and tension. It can also give us a burst of energy. It's actually a burst of energy. This is known as the body's fight or flight response, either fight or run away. Okay, it is this chemical reaction which prepares our body for a physical reaction, because it thinks it is under attack. So this type of stress helped our human ancestors to survive in the nature. Whereas the second one, that is the chronic stress. If we let our stress to continue for a long time, it can have a damaging effect on our physical, mental, and emotional health. We may want to seek help from a specialist for this type of stresses. It become chronic. We need to be aware of the things, sign of chronic stress, so we can take care of it. Sometimes we may feel like we have too much strength to handle. If we think we just cannot manage it, we may want to seek help from a specialist. Talk to a primary care doctor to see if they can help us determine whether what we are experiencing is a stress or an anxiety or a disorder. Then comes the stress management. Stress management to maintain a good health. A few things that we can do: recognize what causes us stress at home or at work, and find ways to steer clear of these situations. Try not to take on too much and prioritize our goals. Cut ourselves a break and be more forgiving when we do not get to everything. Being self-critical can add to our stress. Replace negative thoughts with the positive ones. Tell ourselves, I think I can. Create a network of close friends and co-workers we can go to when stress starts to build. Meditation, deep breathing, and other relaxation techniques can help quiet our mind. Get a good night's sleep. Okay, if these steps don't help us manage our stress, then we need to talk to our doctor about seeing a specialist. Mindfulness for spiritual and intellectual health. Mindfulness, it is the practice of purposefully focusing our attention on the present moment and accepting it without judgment. The mindfulness is now being examined scientifically and has been found to be a key element in stress reduction and overall happiness. Benefits of mindfulness. Mindfulness improves well-being. Mindfulness, that means increasing our capability for mindfulness, supports many attitudes that contribute to a satisfied life. Being mindful make it easier to savor the pleasures in life as they occur, help us become fully engaged in activities, creates greater capacity to deal with adverse events. By focusing on the here and now, many people who practice mindfulness find that they are less likely to get caught up in worries about the future or regrets over the past, uh, are less preoccupied with the concerns about success and self-esteem, and are better able to form deep connections with others. Mindfulness improves physical health. If greater well-being is not enough of an incentive, scientists have discovered that mindfulness techniques help improve physical health in a number of ways. Mindfulness can help relieve the stress, treat the heart diseases, lower blood pressure, reduce the chronic pain, or improve sleep, and so on. Next, mindfulness improves mental health. In recent years, the psychotherapists have turned to mindfulness meditations as an important element in the treatment of a number of problems, including the depression, the substance abuse, eating disorders, then the conflict between the couples, anxiety disorders, obsessive compulsive disorders. Now, how does this mindfulness work? Some experts believe that mindfulness works in part by helping people to accept their experience, including painful emotions, rather than react to them with hatred and avoidance. Mindfulness techniques. There is more than one way to practice mindfulness, but the goal of any mindfulness technique is to achieve a state of alert, focused relaxation by deliberately paying attention to thoughts and sensations without judgment. This allows the mind to refocus on the present moment. All mindfulness techniques are a form of meditation. In mindfulness meditation, once we establish concentration, we observe the flow of inner thoughts, the emotions, and the bodily sensations without judging them as good or bad. We need to pay attention and stay with it. We also notice the external sensations such as a sound or a sight or a touch, which make up our moment to moment experience. We watch what comes and goes in our mind and discover which mental habits produce a feeling of well-being or suffering. At time, this process may not seem relaxing at all, but over a time it provides a key to greater happiness and self-awareness as we become comfortable with a wider and wider range of our experiences. We need to practice acceptance. Above all, mindfulness uh, practice involve accepting whatever arises in our awareness at each moment. It involves being kind and forgiving towards ourselves. We need to cultivate mindfulness even informally also. In addition to the formal meditation techniques, we can also cultivate mindfulness informally by focusing our attention on our moment to moment sensations during everyday activity. It can be done by a single tasking, doing one thing at a time, giving it our full attention. That's about the video class on the fourth part of good health and its balance for a positive mindset. The video is available in my Intuition. Previous video class link will be given in the description box where you can find the multiple choice answers. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel and support. Thank you.